Hello, awesome people. Welcome to VP's Wealth Radio Show. This is Vijay Prakash, author of Amazon #1 best-selling book, Slumdog Investor. So today, being Sunday, we are supposed to cover a super achiever. As I said, we will be either covering in the form of interview or we are going to take lessons from their life. So our today's super achiever is none other than Mr. Masayoshi Son. So maybe you would have heard about him. He is the founder and CEO of SoftBank, which is based out in Japan. Okay, so as the title suggests, at one point of time he was the richest man in the world. It was just for 3 days. He was the richest man in the world, who had a net worth of $70 billion. But in the dot-com burst of 2002, he lost 99% of his wealth. You heard it right. He lost 99% of his wealth. So in 90s, his net worth at one point of time was rising 10 billion every week. Okay. So let's hear his story in detail and look at some of the key milestone what he has achieved in life. So somebody who lost, he is considered to be the man who lost maximum money in the recent history. Okay. So while he was studying in America, I think in the University of California, that time itself, he partnered with his professor, and he invented Pocket Translator, which he patented and later sold to Sharp Corporation. Okay, so he was a firm believer that technology is something which is the business of future. And this is when, after finishing his studies, he went back to Japan. And 80s, I think in 80s, he started SoftBank when he was just 24 years old, which started investing in the which was initially a software distributor, but then they started investing in technology startups in the 90s. Okay, so let's take a look at some of his milestones. So in 2000, around year 2000, the total market cap of SoftBank was somewhere close to $200 billion. Okay, and they invested in a lot of technology startups. So his major milestone was he partnered with Yahoo and started Yahoo Japan. He partnered with Google in early part of their journey, and he started using their algorithm for his business. Okay, the another milestone is he acquired the shares in Alibaba in year 2000 worth 20 million. So he has been an investor in thousands of startups. Okay, and the unluck struck him in year 2002. This is where the dot-com burst happened, and the 200 billion market cap of SoftBank crashed by 99%, and it became 2 billion. And this is where he also though his in the 90 around 99, his net worth rose $10 billion every week, because this is when technology shares were picking up. But after the dot-com burst, even his net worth was, he lost his net worth by 99%. So in Alibaba, he invested in 2020 million dollars, and when Alibaba got listed in 2014, his $20 million worth of share became $60 billion. I think still SoftBank holds 26% share in Alibaba, and I will tell you the valuation of that at the end of this video. Okay, till then, just wait. He cracked another important thing in around 2000, because he knew that communication is going to be one of the trend of the future, and this is where he wanted to acquire Vodafone KK. And his investor did not trust this thing, and they thought it is not a good idea. So he could not acquire Vodafone KK around 2000, and he really struggled till 2005. So he again went back to investors, and it was on the verge of bankruptcy. The loan was so much that this company SoftBank was on the verge of bankruptcy. Okay, this is where he again reached out to his investors, and he requested that let's go ahead and acquire Vodafone. That turned out to be a turning point for them. So once they acquired the Vodafone KK, and after that he struck a deal with Apple that they are going to be the only distributor in Japan. Okay, so this was a deadly combination. So they acquired Vodafone. Vodafone got their subscriber, and then they cut a deal with Apple that they are going to be the only distributor in Japan. So this is how his subscriber base rose to 600,000 people in Japan, and that is what again brought his wealth back. Okay, this was a turning point. Now, definitely again in 2014, when Alibaba got listed, his $20 million became a $60 billion. And as I said, he has been invested in, I mean, this company has invested in thousands of startups, and which includes Flipkart, which includes Grofers, which includes, I believe, Ola. You know, so he has invested in Uber. So lot of startup he has invested in, right? And he started something called as the Vision Fund, where a lot of blue chip companies are investing in that fund. Started Vision Fund 1, Vision Fund 2, and he's now preparing for Vision Fund 3. Now the result of Vision Fund 1 is not very good, because they invested in a company called as a WeWork, and WeWork has reported a loss of close to 6.5 billion, I believe. And these guys went ahead and bailed out WeWork. And then he says that, you know, even after working for so many years, and you do all your due diligence, identify a very good company, and you invest in a startup, but still you miss out as a very big investor. So they have bailed out WeWork, and they have acquired 80% share in that company. So at this point of time, the result of Vision Fund is not that great, but again, there is a lot of lesson to draw. Okay, now see, life is going to be a roller coaster, right? Look at this man who was at a loss of 99% of his wealth. You know, people are committing suicide for like what, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees in our country, right? I mean, what is that which will take you up? You know, it is your education, it is your ability to handle that setback will take you up in life, right? So as per the 2019 report, his net worth is again close to $19 billion, and I believe he is the 47th richest person in the world at this point of time, and the second richest person in Japan. Okay, so lot of lesson from his life. I mean, the best thing what you learn is the long-term investment. He has got a 300-year plan for the SoftBank. Just ask yourself, do I have even plan for my life? Do I have a plan for next year? Do I have a plan for next 5 years, next 10 years, right? Does not matter whether you are an entrepreneur or an employee. So lot of lesson to be drawn from his life, right? He when he was interviewed, he said, you know, I was on the verge of bankruptcy, but then I was always thinking that let me give my best shot. So the valuation of net worth coming up or down does not matter. I was focused always in my long-term vision, right? And that is why this man has 300 years plan for his company, right? So what is the key lesson? The key lesson is there is a power in long-term thinking, right? If you can just take that and implement in your life rather than thinking of a short gain. Problem ये है कि सबको कल ही करोड़पति बनना है. It does not happen, my friends. What you have to remember is you study for like 10th करते हो, 12th करते हो आप, उसके बाद फिर 4 साल की जाके प्रोफेशनल डिग्री करते हो, और उसके बाद आपको एक सर्टेन पैकेज मिलता है. लेट्स से you do from a very good college, or and you land up at 10 lakh ka package, right? So it's like with the all together that study, you make 1 lakh rupees a month. How do you make it when you work for 8 to 9 hours every single day? If you don't go to work, you don't make even that 1 lakh rupees, isn't it? If you work work for let's say 22 days, let's take an average 20 days in a week, you know, then, and you make, let's say, 1 lakh rupees a month, then what is your per day rate? Your per day rate is just 5,000 rupees. And when you come to the stock market without education and you expect to make lakhs here, this is not a place of gambling, right? This is a place where you have to study similar way, the way you have studied in the school, with the help of expert and teachers, and then you go and play in the stock market or into investing. You know, don't play like a gambler here, right? So great. So this was just my inferences out of this whole thing. Let's all think long term. Very, very important. If you have to become big, you got to be a long term thinker. Okay. And a lot to learn. You can again do Google about him, and create your own study about him, take lessons from him. So I read a lot of biographies, and this is where it helps me to shape my thinking. Okay. So two, three things apart from this I wanted to talk about. The first thing is I have uploaded a financial format in my yesterday's video. If you have not downloaded, watch that video and download that financial format. It will really help you track your finances. Second, for my planning ritual video, there also we will be adding a format which will help you plan yourself weekly, right? Guys, success is in planning, right? If you fail to plan, you are planned to fail. So success is there in the planning. So there is a format. I think it should be uploaded by tomorrow. There you can go and check the description, and in description you will find the link to download that. Okay, you just have to enter your information there, so that if there is something special coming up, we can communicate with you. Okay, so there's one more thing, which is next Sunday. Next Sunday, I will be announcing my first winner of the contest. Somebody who is really active and commenting and things like that. That person is going to win my collector edition book of Slumdog Investor. Okay, so we will announce that next Sunday. And if you think that this video is really valuable for you, then subscribe my channel if you have not already subscribed, and share with your friends, because the idea is to give you value in a very shorter span of time. Okay, so comment how did you feel about this video? What are your key takeaways from the video? And this is all I wanted to talk to you. Happy Sunday, and thank you so much for watching.